Welcome to World Clash Quizzes and Facts. Think you've got what it takes to spot the odd one out? From continents to culture, capitals to cuisine, this 50-question geography challenge will test your global smarts. Ready to play? Let's dive into Odd One Out, the ultimate geography quiz. Which is the odd one out? Nigeria. Which country doesn't belong? India. Which is the odd one out? Argentina. Which is not in Asia? Morocco. Which of these countries is not landlocked? Chile. Which is not in Europe? Australia. Which country is not in the Middle East? Pakistan. Which one is not an island country? Vietnam. Which is not part of the UK? Ireland. Which is not in Central America? Colombia. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more fun quizzes. Which capital is not in Europe? Cairo. Which city is not a national capital? Sydney. Which capital is not in South America? Havana. Which capital city is inland, not coastal? Nairobi. Which is not an African capital? Lahore. Which city is not in Asia? Prague. Which capital is in the southern hemisphere? Brasilia. Which one is not a Scandinavian capital? Vienna. Which capital is not in a landlocked country? Athens. Which capital city is not in the Americas? Nairobi. Perfect. Here's the next set, landmarks and nature. Which landmark is not in Europe? Christ the Redeemer. Which is not a mountain range? Amazon. Which natural wonder is not in North America? Great Barrier Reef. Which structure is not man-made? Mount Fuji. Which is not in Africa? Ayers Rock. Which landmark is not associated with religion? Stonehenge. Which desert is not in Asia? Kalahari. Which volcano is not active? Mount Everest. Which location is not an island? Nepal. Which is not a UNESCO World Heritage Site? Times Square. Awesome. glad you're liking it. Now let's dig into food by region. Get ready to get hungry and cultured at the same time. Which dish is not Asian in origin? Moussaka. Which is not a typical Latin American food? Kimchi. Which country is not traditionally associated with cheese? Japan. Which food is not from the Middle East? Tom yum. Which dish is not Italian? Pela. Which dessert is not European in origin? Gulab jamun. Which is not commonly found in Indian cuisine? Kimchi. Which country is not known for spicy food? Sweden. Which is not a bread? Tzatziki. Which is not a traditional East Asian dish? Biryani. Let me know if your mouth's watering and I'll move on to the final round, cultural and language. Let's bring it home. Here's the final round, cultural and language. These ones get trickier and touch on languages, customs, and global culture. Which is not a Romance language? German. Which greeting is not correctly matched with the language? Konnichiwa. Which of these holidays is not widely celebrated in Asia? Thanksgiving. Which cultural tradition is not from Japan? Hula. Which of these scripts is not used in Asia? Cyrillic. Which festival is not of European origin? Holi. Which country doesn't use English as an official language? Sweden. Which phrase does not mean thank you? Bonjour. Which of these countries is not multilingual officially? Japan. Which is not a traditional form of music or dance? Sudoku. That's a wrap. How did you do? Drop your score in the comments and challenge your friends to beat it. Got all 50? You're officially a global genius. Missed a few? Don't worry, more quizzes are on the way to sharpen your skills. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you never miss a new quiz from World Clash Quizzes and Facts.